Hi, welcome to the Friday Night Live show from Comics Unlimited in Cleveland, Tennessee. I'm Nancy McCann, and I'm going to show you a wide variety of books tonight. First of all, I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. We did. I made dinner for my father and my husband, and Ashley made dinner for her mother, and we enjoyed our Thanksgivings very much, so we hope you did too. It's Black Friday, so we have a special today. It'll be 20% off any purchase over $50 of the books that I show, so that includes hardcovers, graphic novels, back issues. So if you claim at least $50 worth of stuff, you'll get 20% off, and we ask that you come in and settle up with us this weekend. Also, we're going to be having a gift certificate drawing for people who share the live video. So if you're watching this and you share and let us know in the comments that you're sharing, we'll enter you for a drawing for a $10 gift certificate good at the store, and you can also use it towards your purchases of things that you see tonight. So please share the video with any comic groups that you belong to on Facebook or with friends, and we on your wall, and we'll appreciate that very much. And someone will win, and we will announce that on our next live show. Everything is a buy it now format, no auctions. Just claim the items by commenting, and then please contact us tomorrow if you're not a regular customer in the store, and let us know how you'll be paying. Our next show is going to be Friday, December the 11th. Please follow us on Facebook. We do a new release video on Tuesday nights around 8 o'clock where we show all the items that have come out for that week. And if you see things on the video that you want, you can add them to your pull box, or you can comment or give us a call. Please comment tonight so we know you're watching and who's watching. We really like to be able to see who's out there watching the show. And if you have any questions, or there's any items that you need to see again, or there's any other issues with the video, please let us know. We had a terrible time a couple weeks ago with lagging, and we had to quit the show and make a replacement video. We hope we don't have to do that tonight, but if things get bad, then we will do that. We'll stop the show, and we'll just video the rest of the show and put it up. But hopefully we can get through the live show without any problems. How is it looking, Ashley?
It's looking great. No lag. Mark Felk, Alvin Burgess shared it. Dennis Allen says hi. No skipping video.
Woo, thank you. Woo. Yeah, thank you those who already shared the video, but everyone else, please share, and hi to everybody. Okay, I'm going to start off with a 1 per store variant that we received this week. This is X-Men number 15 Stormbreakers variant, and this is $30. This is a Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. This is the corrected edition. A few weeks ago one came out and it had a misprint in it, so they went back to press on it, and this is the corrected edition, and this one is $10. Last Wednesday was Local Comic Shop Day. We're going to be continuing to celebrate that this weekend. Normally it's on Saturday, but this year we had it on Wednesday. They made special books, and this is the X of Swords Destruction Local Comic Shop Day edition, and these are still available for $4.99. There was a 1 in 10 variant of that issue also, and so we have that available for $10. From 2016, this is Deadpool Massacre number 1, and this is $7. Old Man Logan number 19 variant. This is a Venomized variant. And this is around $5. This is a Wizard Magazine signed edition. It's signed by Greg Land. It has a hologram that they applied to the comic, and it's in its original Wizard acid-free holder, and it is running $10. This is X-Men Phoenix Endsong #2, Wizard signed edition. This is Uncanny X-Force #1. This is a Premier Retailer edition from 2010, and it's $40. Now we move to a few Batmans that came in. This is Batman 430. So this is from 1989, and it's in fine condition, and it's $6. This is 431, also from 1989, in fine condition, and this is $12. And 432 in fine condition is $6. This is Batman Adventures #1 from 1992 in fine condition. It's $8. Batman Sword of Azrael Gold Edition trade paperback. This came out in 1993. It's in mint condition, and we're asking $50 for this. So it's a trade paperback, and it collects up the Sword of Azrael storyline. Batman 638 in fine condition. It's $10. Has a Matt Wagner cover.
Miguel wants the Batman Adventures #1.
Excellent. Thank you, Miguel. Batman 635, Part 1 of Under the Hood, The Return of the Black Hood. This one's in fine condition, and we're asking $50. Then I have a few gift ideas for you. If you have friends that are interested in Batman but they haven't read anything much, you may want to start them off with Batman Hush. This is all Jim Lee art, some of the best art ever done, and is a good book for people who haven't read Batman. So if you want to start them with the beginning, year 1, this is a Frank Miller book that he wrote shortly after he wrote Dark Knight Returns, and so this I also would recommend. And
Carlos Navarro says he claims BM 635.
Thank you, Carlos. This is Batman: The Long Halloween, and this is like a fan favorite story that you could give someone. It's done by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, so the artwork's wonderful, and I highly recommend Long Halloween. We just backed a Kickstarter for a handbook called Kara Prime that is done by Brian Silverbacks, who lives near Atlanta, so he's a local creator, and he put up a Kickstarter to raise money to do a lot of future projects that he wants to get done. His project that he did a few months ago came out from Scout Comics. It's called Loggerhead. We still have some copies of this available. This is Loggerhead Bloody Bayou, and it's been very popular. This is one, there's that cover, and then we also have this cover. But he decided to do a handbook, kind of like the old Marvel Universe handbooks used to be. where it shows the character and then describes their background, gives you all the information about the character. The characters in this handbook are going to be in the Kara Prime universe, which Loggerhead's a part of. And he did quite a few different variant covers, and we got them in as well. So this one is the Brian Silverback's variant, and these are running $10, which is the price that he was selling them in his Kickstarter. This one is Adam Fields' variant, Tim Smith variant, Brian Dawson variant, Armando Ramirez variant, Jeffrey Gwynn variant, this is a Brian Silverback's variant, Jason Henier variant, and Steph Wilson variant. But last but not least this is the Year Zero handbook, which was a handbook that he produced in the past. It was the first run at doing the handbook, and then Kara Prime is the new and improved expanded edition. But as part of the Kickstarter, he sent me this remarked version of Year Zero handbook. So this is the standard edition, but it has a drawing by Brian Silverbacks right here, and it's signed by him. And we're asking $20 for this. So if you're interested in Loggerhead and the Kara Prime universe, this is kind of the beginning point and would be a great thing to have in your collection. We're hoping to have him come up and do a signing at some point, because he's really not that far away. I spent a fair amount of time during the quarantine pandemic watching him draw online live, and he's awesome. This is the standard version of Kara Prime. So I've been kind of hanging out with him on Facebook. I always enjoy watching people draw, and he's a wonderful artist. He's really going places too. He's been doing a lot of covers for different comics, either store variants or things for Scout, and he's been going to doing some signings. He just came back from Florida, so he's really somebody to keep an eye on in the future. Okay, so now we're going to go a little bit back in time. This is a Neil Gaiman signed Ashcan. It's a 24-hour comic that he did called Being an Account of the Life and Death of the Emperor Heliogabalus. And he did this in 1992, and this is $15. And as many of you know, he's one of my favorite authors, so if you like Neil Gaiman, this would be great for your collection, or really good as a gift for somebody who likes Neil Gaiman, because there really aren't very many of these, so it's unlikely anybody would have this in their collection. This is a comic from 1963, but it's got a 10-cent cover price. It's a reprint of Golden Age material, but it was reprinted in 63, and it's in fine condition. We're asking $18 for it. It has Reed Crandall art, and it's really kind of a cool pirate comic, so I wanted to show that one to you tonight.
Samantha Mott wants the Neil Gaiman.
Okay. And then I have a couple more suggestions for Christmas gifts for your friends. This is Fables, 1001 Nights of Snowfall by Bill Willingham. It has a variety of artists, but he wrote this. It's a hardcover, and it takes place before the stories in Fables, so it's earlier Fabletown stories. And I would recommend this if you need some reading over the holidays, or if you have a friend that likes fantasy. This would be a great choice. This is Unwritten, which is a trade paperback that collects the comics. It's about how words have power. So This would be also a great gift for anybody who really likes to read. It's an interesting book. This is a classic. This is Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. In the early 80s, Alan Moore was kind of starting out writing comics, and this is one of his early works. This is the first volume that includes issues 20 through 27 of Saga of the Swamp Thing, and it runs $19.99. So this is a great book.
Samantha wants to know how much was the Fables. She missed it.
Oh, yes. The Fables hardcover is $19.99. So today, while I was looking through our back stock, I came across some interesting Adventures of Bob's Big Boy comics. So I wanted to share those with you. This is number 217 from 1975. This has an Energy Crisis cover. Big Boy is a chain of restaurants that has been under a lot of different names here in the South. A lot of them were Shoney's Big Boys. Out in California, they were Bob's Big Boys. They kind of went out of business, and now they're back in business. They opened some in Southern California. But for years, they gave out these free comic books to kids that came into the restaurant. And so this is number 217 in 1975. We have number 254 from 1978 with the pirate theme. This is one that says it's actually a Bob's Big Boy edition. The other ones were kind of universally given out at all the big boys around the country, but this one was distributed just at Bob's on the West Coast. So this is number 292 from 1981. It's in VG condition, and it's $4. From 1983, this is number 309 in very fine condition. It's $8. This is the quarter century collector edition, celebrating all things 1983. And then in 1984, they came out with this one where the Abominable Snowman chases them. This is also a Bob's Big Boy edition, number 327. And this one is $5.
Samantha would like the Fables.
Okay. You got it, Samantha. Next, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Overstreet Price Guide. This is the 50th Overstreet Price Guide, so it's coming out every year. And in this, it lists in very small print most of the comics that have come out since the Golden Age to present, with pricing by grade. And it also has a lot of interesting articles in it. And we have this available in hardcover and softcover. I just read that this cover, the Spawn cover, is sold out, but we do have one softcover and one hardcover in stock. So if you need an Overstreet Price Guide, this would be a great time to get one. And then I wanted to share with you, this is an Overstreet Price Guide from 1978. So this is number 8. And it's kind of fantastic to have, just to look through and see how much the comics cost in 1978. For instance, you could buy an Amazing Fantasy 15 for about $360 in mint condition. And as we know now, the first appearance of Spider-Man brings huge money. But I can remember when I first started selling comics, that, which was in the early 80s, that we used to have many copies of Amazing Fantasy 15 on the wall, and they varied in price. You know, they were $50, they were $100. But, you know, at the time, I didn't have that kind of money to spend. You know, I worked in the comic store, and I used to make, $4 an hour, and I couldn't afford to buy Amazing Fantasy 15. But I wish I had, because now they're quite valuable. So it's really fun to go back and look through. You can see there were a lot fewer comics that had been published. The type is a lot bigger, and it's kind of like typewriter type, because it's a pre-computer. So they got comic dealers and advisors that were collectors of specific things to give them information. Because the biggest problem is before, all the computerization we have now with the internet, it was really hard for collectors to know what books there were out there to even collect. There was no place to look that up until Overstreet came along 50 years ago and started collecting that information. So he got information from all the different people he knew in the collecting and retailing community, and he continues to have an advisory board that gives him information every year about the books, and they keep up with all the books that come out and keep adding to it. But this is really a piece of history, and having a guide like this is just a lot of fun to look through, just to see what things sold for and the information that they had gathered at that point in 1978. So this is a $16. It's in very good condition because there's a little chip right here out of it, and this corner is a little mangly. But the interior is very clean. There's no markings in it or anything like that. The back cover is fine. So if you don't have an early price guide, it's something you might consider adding to your collection. It's just a lot of fun to look at. Okay, next I have some Superman items. This is Jimmy Olsen, number 14 from 1956. Unfortunately, the cover is split and detached. It's a poor copy, but it looks really great, and if you don't have one, it'd be a nice thing to have in your collection. We're asking $10 for that. This is a Superman 107, the same kind of situation. This is in poor condition. It's from 1956. The cover is detached, but it's a complete copy. It's a 10-cent cover price, but you can see that there's little bits of the spine missing here. So the cover is actually loose from the rest of the book, but it's an interesting book to have, and so I thought I would show it to you. So this one's running $10 in poor. This one's a little better condition. This is a Superboy 63 from 1958. It's fair condition. The bottom staple's detached, but the book is otherwise solid. It has a little bit of a roughness here, and there's a grease pencil right here. They used to use those on comics to mark the dates that they were going to pull them off the shelf. Later, the publishers started putting ink at the top so that the newsstand guys would know which ones to pull off the shelf. But back then, they used to use a grease pencil. So you see that on a lot of books from the 50s. And then we have a few gift suggestions for Superman books to give to your friends, or if you haven't read them, to get for yourself. This is a recent series, the Superman Year One, and it came out in this magazine size format, and now they have it out in a hardcover, and it runs $29.99. We also have Superman, a celebration of 75 years, and so it covers everything, a range of stories from his early debut in 1938 all the way up to more recent things. So this would be a great book for someone who you'd like to get interested in Superman, or just some really good reading. And then the last couple years, this book came out. It's written by Marv Wolfman, and it's about Superman before he started doing superhero things, when he was just a man. And it was a book that Marv wrote over 10 years ago, and it kind of went in the file, and they just never published it. And then they decided to put it out in this kind of a size format as a comic, and it sold out immediately. We sold a ton of copies of it. And Marv used to shop in my store when we were in Southern California, and he was very pleased and very surprised that people were so interested in reading something that he had written like a decade before. But they were, and we did sell a lot of them. So they decided to make a hardcover of that. So if you haven't read this, I would recommend this. Marv's a wonderful storyteller, and it's an interesting take on Superman. This week, this came out. This is Amazing Spider-Man 53 LR, and it is the Miles Morales variant cover, and it runs $10. And it was a ratio variant. I believe it was 1 in 10. I also came across this. This is the first appearance of Miles Morales. It's an 8.0, very fine copy. It is not in its original bag, but it is quite a beauty. The only thing keeping it from being in the 9s is it has one little spine tick right here. And like I said, it doesn't have its original bag, but it is a beautiful copy otherwise, and we're asking $175 for that. So if you don't have a first appearance Miles Morales in your collection, this would be a great one to get. They've gone up tremendously over the last year or so.
Carlos wants the ASM 53 LR.
Okay.
You got it, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. All right. Now we're going to go into a little science fiction. I discovered this today. This is a Starlog number 15 from 1978. It's in very good condition, and it features This Island Earth, which is a movie that came out at the time, which I never saw, so now I have to kind of look for it, because it looks pretty interesting. And so it's kind of got the whole UFO thing. UFOs were like such a popular subject matter in the 50s and again in the 70s. And then now recently, there's just been a ton of sightings of UFOs, and I don't know if people just have too much time on their hands or they need, or what's going on, but people are just like seeing lights in the sky all over the world right now. So it's kind of an interesting topic. And so I have a few UFO type books to show you. This is the Super DC Giant from 1978, number 27. It's in VG and it's $5. And it is Strange Flying Saucers Adventures. I would like to think that there are aliens out there, but don't really know for sure. This is a science fiction magazine from 1970. It's called Worlds of Fantasy. It's volume 1, number 1. It's in good condition. The inside is nice and clean, and it's complete. The back cover has a Star Trek ad where you could send away for Star Trek Writer's Guide or Star Trek television formatting book. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The cover is really kind of cool, showing the alien taking care of a human baby. It's solid and complete. Has El Sprague the Camp story and a Robert E. Howard story in it. And it's actually a pretty tough find. But in this condition, we're asking for $5 for it. So if you have any science fiction fan friends, this would be a pretty unique kind of gift to give them. This is a Hero Original Numbered Edition. It's number 4700 of Aliens, Predator, Deadliest of the Species, Ashcan from 1993. And it's the gold edition. And it comes in the original bag that they sent out. Hero was a magazine contemporary with Wizard magazine, and back in the 90s it was a pretty big deal, and they did a number of variants, and so did Wizard magazine. Some of them were sendaways, which I believe this one was, but they would send it out in this. It has a gold seal that's on the outside of the bag with the number, and then on the back it's also sealed with a seal holding the back down. So it hasn't been open since we received it, and it's the special gold edition from 1993. This book is called Second Stage Turbine Blade, number 2. It's from 2005. It's written by Claudio Sanchez, and he's the lead singer and guitarist of a rock band called Cogita Cambria. So when this came out, it was pretty popular, and a lot of his fans came to get the book. So if you're a fan of his, you might want to pick this one up, or if you know someone who is. And this is running $25 near mint. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Well, the shadow knows. This is number 1, and it's the DC number 1. Got a nice Mike Coluto cover on it, and it's in very good shape for $4.50.
Carlos would like to know what was the price on the Aliens and Predator.
Oh, yes. The Aliens Predator. You know what? I failed to put a price on it, so I will get back to you on that, Carlos. I remember looking it up, but I didn't write it on there or put a tag on the book, so I'll find that out, let you know. And now we move into the world of wrestling. These are wrestling books from the 90s. It's called From Parts Unknown. This is number 6. Came out actually in 2000. And it's in very good condition. It's $5. It's a magazine about masked wrestling. This is number 4 of that series. It's in fine condition, and it's $20. Also from 1999.
Ricky Heidel wants the Shadow number 1.
Okay.
Thank you, Ricky.
This is from Parts Unknown number 5, and very good. Also from 1999, and we're asking $5 for this one. And number 3 from 1999, in very good condition, is $10. This is the first issue of The Women of Wrestling from 1996. It's in very good condition, and it's $12. It has a lot of photos inside of the different women that were wrestling in '96. It says on the cover that it has some suggestive photos inside. There are some color photos and then some that are like black and white photos. If you like wrestling, this is a more recent book that just came out called Over the Ropes, and it's a book that if you're into wrestling from the 1990s, this is a fictional wrestling story set in that time period, and it collects the first 5 issues of that series, and it has a 90s feel to it. So this is available for $14.99, and we make a great gift for anybody who's into wrestling during the 90s. All right, now I have some Deceased variants. This is Deceased number 1. This is the Inhook Lee Midtown Omega variant. So it has the Omega symbol on it, and it's like a almost virgin cover. And it's a Midtown exclusive variant, and it's running $10. This is another book by the same artist. This is also a Midtown Omega variant, and of Deceased number 2, and it's also $10. This is a Deceased 3 cover B Bettina cover, and we're asking $7 for that. And then we have a couple of collections of deceased. This is Deceased Unkillables, and so it collects Deceased Unkillables 1 through 3. Would also make a good gift or a good way to catch up on reading this. And this one runs $22.99. It's a hardcover. And this is the Deceased volume that collects, let's see, it has Deceased 1 through 6 and Deceased A Good Day to Die #1 in it. And this runs $29.99. This is a Venom #19 Mary Jane variant in mint condition. We're asking $13 for that. This is Venom 29. It's a 1 in 25 Stegman variant, and this one's running $15. This is number 30 of Venom. It's also a 1 in 25 Cooter variant. And this one we're asking $15. And I wanted to go back for anyone that joined us a little late and remind you to share our show. This is a gift certificate we're going to get out to one of the people that shares it. We're going to have a drawing and announce it on our next show. You can win a $10 Comics Unlimited gift certificate if you share on your wall or to a comic group that you belong to on Facebook. We also post a video of the live show on YouTube later. I'd invite you all to please join our YouTube channel. We have all the past live shows up. And all the Tuesday release videos are on there, and so if you ever need a convenient place to go back and watch something, you can. And if you can, share that also with your friends and see if we can get, more people watching our YouTube channel, I would appreciate that. You can follow us on Facebook and watch our new release video on Tuesday night, and our next show is going to be Friday, December 11th. Also, a reminder, Black Friday sale, 20% off if you buy over $50 worth of stuff from the show. If you're short and there's something else from the store that you want to add, just comment about it, and if we have it in stock, you can add that to your order to get you over the $50.
Brian Silverback said, "Hey, buddy."
Hi, Brian. I'm so happy you're watching. I spend so much time watching your live shows. It's nice that you're watching mine. This is a Midtown variant of Spider-Man 2099, #1, and it's from 2014, and we're asking $10 for that. This is Symbiote Spider-Man #1, also a Midtown variant. It's in very fine. It's from 2019, and we're asking $10 for that. Amazing Spider-Man #25, Venomized cover, and that's $10. This is Runaways #1 variant, Venomized Villains cover. And this one's running $5. If you haven't read much Venom and you want to get the idea of how Venom became Venom, this is a full story of Eddie Brock's transformation into Venom, and it's available as a trade paperback. Would make a great gift or just great reading for you. It's $34.99. And it collects quite a few issues. It has the Venom Seed of Darkness, some Spider-Man issues, Web of Spider-Man issues, Peter Parker issues, Spectacular issues, and the Venom Dark Origins. So it's quite a book for $34.99. We also have the Venom Volume 1 that collects the Donny Cates Venom from 2008. It has issue 1 through 12 in it, and nice hardcover for $34.99. This week there's a new book out called I Walk with Monsters, and it is a haunting story. It's about monsters that walk beside us all and sometimes lurk within. And this is a Nightfall comic from Vault. And this is the regular cover. And we also have the 1 in 15 cover. This one is $10. And we have the 1 per store variant of I Walk with Monsters #1. This is a 1 per store for $25.
Our YouTube channel is just Comics Unlimited, right?
Yes. Yeah, if you type in Comics Unlimited on YouTube, you'll see a number of things come up on the screen, but you'll see a logo that looks like a circle, and it's a photo of the store. So if you see that, you'll know you're on the right channel. But it is just under Comics Unlimited.
And then Samantha also wants the Runaways, just like you.
Okay. This week, along with the local comic shop day releases, this is a Something is Killing the Children #1 foil edition. It's actually been pretty hot. We have a couple left of this. It's a local comic shop day variant. We also got in a Something is Killing the Children #11, a 1 per store variant, and this is running $25. And I found a few classic monster magazines. This is a Famous Monster of Filmland #62 in VG, and it's running $12. And for more in a Eerie comic #70 from 1975, it's in fine condition, and it's $10. I wanted to show you a few art books that you might consider giving to people as gifts. This one is The Art of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and it's published by Dark Horse. It's $39.99. It's a very nice hardcover. We also have The Art of Zelda, The Legend of Zelda Goddess Collection. This is $39.99. It's also published by Dark Horse. We have Street Fighter Classic Volume 1. We have other volumes of this in stock also. You know, it's about the Capcom game, and it's published by Udon. And this one runs $49.99. This is an American Mythology production of Zorro, The Mark of the Zorro, and it's a pretty book. It has a lot of nice content. If you're a fan of Zorro, this is a great book to have. So it would also make a great gift.
The foil cover for Something is Killing the Children #1, that was $5.99.
It is in fact $5.99 for Something's Killing the Children. We also have the Super Mario Brothers Encyclopedia for Nintendo. It's also published by Dark Horse. This one runs $39.99, and it's a guide, and it has a lot of like character in the world of Nintendo. Pretty much all the information you need about the first 30 years of Super Mario Brothers. We've sold a lot of copies of this book, but if you don't have one, this is just a wonderful book to have.
That's such a cool book.
Yeah, it is. All right. This is went back to some comics. This is Captain America number 129. It's in very good condition, and it's $10.50, and it kind of hints that the Red Skull might win. But I don't believe it. I think Captain America will win. This is a recent variant to come out. This is a Fantastic Four 26 one per store variant from Stormbreakers variant. This is running $15. And we just got this copy of Spawn number 1 in fine. It's running $16.75, of course from 1992. We also still have the Spawn CGC comic that we showed in the previous video. We haven't sold that one yet, so if you're looking for a CGC copy of Spawn 1, we do have one. But this is a raw copy that's fine condition and $16.75. For local comic shop day, there were a number of variants that came out. This one is the Spawn variant, and it runs $2.99 just like the other Spawn covers. There were 5 different Spawn covers this week. There's a local comic shop one, and then there were 4 other variants this week. From Image Comic, Invincible with the foil, gold foil cover. This one's $4.99 for a copy of Invincible 1. Also a local comic shop day edition. I think this is our last copy, so if you want one, please claim it. And this is Ice Cream Man, number 20, with the Dr. Seuss cover. It's also a limited variant for local comic shop day. And it is $4.99. Also for local comic shop day is Monstrous. And this has a beautiful foil wraparound cover. I particularly actually like the back. It's really wonderful. This is Talk Stories, which we also have in the regular edition, but this is a local comic shop day foil cover.
Carlton Jackson wants the Invincible.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got it, Carlton. From 1981, this is Uncanny X-Men number 149 in fine condition, and it's $7.50. Just found this today in the back. We also have an Uncanny X-Men number 320 in very fine. This is a Wizard Gold edition from 1995. Put out for Wizard Magazine. We're asking $4 for that. How much more time do we have, Ashley?
About 10 minutes.
Okay. I might run out of stuff. It would be a first. Usually I talk enough that I don't ever, get to that point. But, tonight could be the first time. Then I just have to take you on a walking tour of the store.
There's always stuff right behind you can grab.
Yeah, I can just show you random stuff. This is a graphic novel from the early days of graphic novels. One of the very first series of graphic novels that came out after Will Eisner did his books were these Marvel graphic novels that came out in the 80s. This one is the 4th Marvel graphic novel to come out, New Mutants, by Chris Claremont. This is a rare 4th printing. Back then, usually people didn't want anything except the first printing. But over time, things have changed because the print runs on the later printings are actually a lot smaller. So this one's fairly rare, and it's fine condition. We're asking $20 for it. Chris Claremont celebrated his birthday this week, so if he's watching, happy birthday, Chris. But this is one of his earlier works. He wrote so many X-Men issues, but this is a good one. This is New Mutants. Another great gift idea for you is this Giant Size X-Men hardcover. This collects Giant Size X-Men 1 and 3 and 4, and Classic X-Men 1, X-Men Origins Colossus, X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men Deadly Genesis 1 through 6, What If from 1989, number 9 and 23, and material from X-Men Gold number 1. So this would be a great gift for somebody who hasn't read a lot of X-Men to get them interested in the early characters that have evolved to where they are now. And if you haven't read Giant Size X-Men 1, it's the book that kicked off the new X-Men back in the mid-70s, just prior to X-Men 94. So this, the actual comic's worth quite a bit of money. This is a great way to get to read it. So this is the Giant Size X-Men hardcover. It's the 40th anniversary edition, and it runs $39.99. This is a Rye number 1 in near mint. We're asking $10 for it. Valiant Comics did a lot of comics based on old Dell characters like Turok, and this is the first comic that they did that was their original character. This is a martial arts comic with a cover by David Lapham and Bob Layton, and we're asking $10 for it. Valiant's still doing a lot of new books, and they've been having some success with movies and such. So this is a nice book to have in your collection. This is Once and Future number 13, 1 per store variant, and we're asking $15 for that. This is a new book that came out this week from DC. It's also a local comic shop day variant metallic cover, and it is the other history of the DC universe. And so it's something, if you didn't get a chance to look at this week, you may want to come in and take a look at. It's a very interesting book, and it's a Black Label DC comic, and this is the local comic shop day edition. Also new this week is a trade paperback of Heroes in Crisis. This is written by Tom King and also is a great read. And it's running $19.99 in trade paperback. We just got this in this week. This is a Smithsonian Dinosaurs coloring book. Coloring got really popular a few years ago, and people are still picking up coloring books, especially now when people are spending more time at home. It's very relaxing to color these things. I do quite a bit of coloring with watercolor pencils, and which is kind of tricky when you're working on paper, just like regular watercolor painting. And I really enjoy it. I sometimes just use regular pencils or metallic pencils. I have quite a collection, actually, of different colored pencils. But this one's all dinosaurs, and it's very cool. This one came out a week or two ago. This one is a Bowie coloring book. So it has all kinds of drawings of David Bowie, like action shots, and just all different pictures of him that you can draw. So this is a great gift for a Bowie fan. And then we have some other ones in stock. This is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This one's running $14.99. We have Chew from Image Comics in coloring book form. We have Color Your Own Doctor Strange. This one's $9.99. One of my favorite shows from BBC, Doctor Who. And this one's $14.99.
Sorry to interrupt you real quick. Bill Taylor would like to know how much was the other history of the DC universe.
Oh, certainly.
I missed that.
Oh, hi, Bill, by the way. This one is $6.99. I believe all the covers are the same price. It's just this is the metallic other history. This is Star Trek Next Generation coloring book. They call it an adult coloring book. But I think what they mean is coloring books for adults. So it has a lot of nice drawings of Next Generation. And this one runs $14.99. We have a Star Wars Han Solo coloring book. And this one's $9.99. We have a Thor coloring book. And this one's $9.99. And we have 2 volumes of the Image Comics Walking Dead coloring book. So there's that one, and that one is $14.99. And then we have this one, which is also $14.99. So we're getting toward the end of the show. If there's anything you want to see from around the store, please let me know if you have any questions. I did want to show you that we got in these comic boxes this week for King in Black. And I'd like to remind everybody that's in our pull box system to go in and make sure to place orders for this and also for the DC series that's coming out after the holidays, because we need to have your numbers in so we can order the right number of books. But this box arrived and it's just really great. So we have quite a few of these in stock, so if you need a comic box, consider this one. And how much are these, Ashley? $9.99?
$9.99. Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to say that Brian Silverbacks wanted to say thank you to Comics Unlimited for their continued support of indie creators, and please be sure to support shops that support indie. Thank you, Team Comics Unlimited.
Oh, well,
That was very sweet.
thank you, Brian.
And our sale is going on all weekend, correct? For the
Yes,
Black Friday
I want to tell everyone that we're going to continue our Black Friday sale. We had a lot of success today. We thank everybody that came in, both on Wednesday to support us for Local Comic Shop Day, and also the people that came in today for Black Friday. This was an unannounced sale, but we had so much success with it today, we decided to extend it over the weekend. So it's 20% off a purchase of over $50. There's a few things it doesn't include. It doesn't include new comics. It doesn't include the 59-cent bins, pull box items, layaways, or gift certificates. But we are having a sale on our 59-cent boxes. They're double value, so instead of getting 10 for $5, you get 20 for $5. So it's a great way to try some new things and get some good reading material. So please come in this weekend. Our sale will be continuing tomorrow from 10 to 6, Saturday, and on Sunday from 1 to 6. And our next show is Friday, December the 11th. And what else?
We do offer gift certificates besides that $10 one.
Yes. Gift certificates are available in any amount. So please come on in and get those for people you know, or suggest it to your family members to get them for you. And you also can start a gift registry with us. If there's items that you see in the store or on the show that you would like to get for Christmas, you could always leave a list of those items with us and then send your family members on in. We're happy to provide that as a free service. And
We appreciate all of you guys.
yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate all your support on Local Comic Shop Day and today. And I hope to see some more of you tomorrow. And thank you very much. I'm glad we didn't have technical problems this week like we did on Friday the 13th. I think we may never do another show on Friday the 13th. That may be the answer. Because it was such a disaster that we had to quit. So we were hoping that tonight would go better, and it clearly has. So I really appreciate everybody's support and those that hung in with us last time.
And thanks to everybody that shared our video too. You guys will all be entered. I was taking down your guys' names, so we'll enter you guys in and announce the winner next show. We're doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next show.
All
Which
right.
will be on the 11th.
Thank you, Carlos. He said, "Great show, ladies. Thank you."
Thank you, Carlos.
We'll see you
I
tomorrow.
really appreciate your support. And thanks again to Brian Silverbacks. And you guys have a great day, a great weekend. Hope to see some of you. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks in the next live show. Thank you.